I don't want to give trillions and trillions of dollars. I don't want to lose millions and millions of jobs. I don't want to be put at a disadvantage.
I wish you could go to Greenland, watch these huge chunks of ice just falling into the ocean, raising the sea levels.
And you don't know whether or not that would have happened with or without man? You don't know?
Well, you're scientists at
No,
NOAA
we have
and NASA.
scientists that disagree with that.
You know, I was thinking, what if he said, no, I've seen the hurricane situations, I've changed my mind. There really is climate change. And I thought, wow, what an impact. What an impact that would make.
I'm not denying climate change, but it could very well go back. You know, we're talking about over millions of years. They say that we had hurricanes that were far worse than what we just had with Michael.
Who says that? They say. You mean
well,
the people on the phone?
People say that in the...
Yeah, but what about the scientists who say it's worse than ever?
You'd have to show me the scientists because they have a very big political agenda, Leslie.
I can't bring them in.
Scientists also have a political agenda.
CO2 emissions.
It's clean. When they use the word clean, we're removing NOx, sulfur. Carbon is next on the list.
Okay.
So don't think of it as what comes in. The ambient air is what's. I mean, we are still burning a product, but we're reducing. It's clean because we're reducing as much as we can out of it. 96% on the SER, I believe, and it was 95 or 96 on the FGD.
Mm-hmm.
So when we burn anything, even your cars, when you're driving a car, you're emitting something, and we're making it clean by removing the bad particles out of there and managing it in a way that we can contain it or reuse it so that's not harming the environment. That's where the clean comes in. So, but nothing's perfect. We do our best and we install these systems. When they come up with the technology to CO2, we should have the foundation around here to install it, depending on the technology. And then we'll pursue that once that technology becomes available.
President Obama is going to go around the Republican Congress and finally get something done about climate change. It's a great day.
There's a reality check, Van. Politically and economically, it's ill-advised. The debate starts right now. Only about 36% of Americans think global warming is a serious threat to our way of life. Now, again, let me posit. Everything that Van and the White House have said is true. However, the scare tactics have not worked, and don't you need public consensus to move the needle on this?
So how do you want to get public consensus? By saying that it's not happening, that it's not serious, that shorelines aren't flooding, that we're
No,
not...
I want you to advise the politicians, because they're not, whatever they're doing, whatever Van is doing to scare the public is not changing public.
Well, you get the message out that this is serious business. And, you know, if you live in Oklahoma, where tornadoes have wiped your town out a couple times, you chose Alaska, which is remote generally, but when you remember Hurricane Sandy, the bottom half of Manhattan was flooded.
Yeah.
The economic effect of that alone is enormous, let alone the rebuilding infrastructure and so on.
91% of deforestation in the Amazon rainforest is due to animal agriculture. When I think about the Amazon rainforest, I think about deforestation in general. But really, one of the main causes of that is animal agriculture.
I think about deforestation in general, but really one of the main causes of that is animal agriculture. There are also issues regarding greenhouse gas emissions.
Animal agriculture contributes about 18 to 51% of all greenhouse gas emissions.
Ocean degradation.
Animal agriculture occupies almost 45% of U.S. land.
To 51% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Animal agriculture occupies
Animals that are raised in this industry produce 7
45%
million pounds of excrement
US
per minute.
land, causing
Cow manure emits methane, which is more harmful to the environment than CO2. This is a significant impact on the ozone. Animal agriculture uses 34 trillion gallons of water per year, and one hamburger requires over 660 gallons of water to produce. Why take short showers to save water when one hamburger is the equivalent of showering for 2 months? You can make a much stronger impact on water usage by choosing to eat less meat. 80% of U.S. antibiotics are sold to companies in this industry when they could be going to communities in need. This industry is harmful to our planet, but how can this industry's impact on our environment be reduced? Rotational grazing could reduce land degradation and habitat destruction. Composting is a better way to recycle nutrients from manure waste.
Are sold to companies in this industry when they could be going to communities in need.
Animals need to be healthy, and if they aren't, that directly affects human health. The industry is not heavily regulated by the government at all, especially not in the U.S. Here there are laws that protect these companies from surveillance, let them break the law, and practice illegal ways of producing their livestock. If there were better regulation based in legislation, then the industry would be more transparent, and the components of meat would be known. There could be a cap on CO2 emissions that would reduce the negative effects.
Here there are laws that protect these companies from surveillance, let them break the law, and practice illegal ways of producing their
and they could do well by converting their animal farms to plant farms. It's more sustainable and produces better things.
So when we start having crop failures and the drought that's in California continues, the economic cost...
Yeah, well, you can look at these things and you can look at the climate realities, and even this NCA report says that the trend on tornadoes is uncertain. The IPCC report says that the trend on hurricanes is uncertain. We're in the longest hurricane drought. I'm not a denier. I'm not a skeptic. What I'm saying is the climate is changing. Yes, man-made emissions are in some part to that, but we haven't seen these extreme weather event trends. The observed data doesn't prove that.
Well, so I
More importantly is the policy prescriptions, these greenhouse gas regulations coming down, prohibiting building new coal-fired power plants is just going to make us less equipped, less economically prosperous to handle these problems, whether they're more frequent and more intense or not.
So let's just start with we don't agree on the facts, right? So this third report came out saying it's very serious. You say no. Right? There's the essence of the problem, S.E. Well, the science, the researchers say yes,
not all the researchers. And again, even the IPCC says that there's no frequency or intensity when it comes to hurricanes.
Okay, hurricane, schmurricane, if I may.
This one says about tornadoes. It's the same thing. Yeah, sea level is rising, although it's retracted. It's increasing at a slower rate over the past few years. We've had Arctic ice globally increasing.
Data? I think
no, not absolutely.
Why did this report come out?
But Bill, isn't it a problem when science guys attempt to bully other people? I mean, Nick here had to say, I'm not a denier. He had to get it up. I'm not a denier, because really, the science group has tried to shame anyone who dares question this. And the point I'm trying to make is it's not working with the public.
Sustainability about changing attitudes and implementing practices. This is the only way to influence the industry as a whole, to change a national lifestyle and attitude towards the environment.